One of my favorite seasons, and it's time for bacon with pumpkin. So guess what we're doing in the kitchen today? Well, actually, we're outside. Can you see? Isn't it beautiful? And there's like a secret passageway. I don't know what it is.
We're going to find out when we're done.
We're going to make pumpkin chocolate chip cookies today. They are keto friendly, gluten free. You can also make them dairy free by using a vegan butter and vegan chocolate chips, but we're just going to be making them keto and gluten free today. So here we go. You're going to start out with a half a cup of butter, softened. You'll do your wet ingredients first. You're going to need 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree plus 2 tablespoons.
And if you guys haven't went and bought your pumpkin, do it now. I think everybody,
it is hard to find.
Yes, everybody is cooking pumpkin.
You're going to need 1 egg and 1 egg white. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And mix until well combined.
Well combined.
Then you're going to need 3/4 of a cup of sugar. We are using monk fruit, but you can use Swerve, you can use stevia, you can use Splenda, you can use regular
sugar,
whatever you want to use. Then you're going to need 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
These are nice because you can just kind of make them. I mean, if you don't have a special diet, I mean, you can use regular flour, gluten-free flour. You can make them vegan.
And then last, to mix up the batter, you're going to need 1.5 cups of almond flour. And then you'll mix that till well combined. And then you will take your chocolate chips, which you're going to need 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips. You can use regular chocolate chips. We happen to be using the no sugar added because they have the least amount of carbs in it. But you can also use sugar-free, dairy-free, whichever ones you want to use. But you'll need 3/4 of a cup, and you will fold that into the batter.
Have you ever tried this with like peanut butter chocolate chips or adding like coconut?
That sounds good though. A little bit of walnuts would give it more texture too.
Yep.
I love making a pumpkin walnut cobbler. It's one of my favorite things. And you'll fold in your chocolate chips. All right, it's gonna look like this once it's all done.
Looks good.
Normally I use a cookie scooper, but my brain hasn't been with me lately, so I forgot that at home today.
We're improvising.
And the squirrels didn't have one in the tree.
You checked.
I did. Norbert didn't have one.
You did. Okay, so how about this big?
Yep. That spoonful for each cookie.
Do you just plop them? No rounding?
Yeah.
You just plop it on.
Because you're going to flatten them a little bit once you get them plopped.
That is the technical baking term. We're just swapping them on.
That's what we are professionals.
We are. This is kind of a good way to sneak a little bit of good stuff in if your kids don't really like to eat veggies or fruits, or I mean, because the pumpkin's in there.
Right.
So I think I'm okay with them eating.
And I don't feel so bad with them eating this with not as many carbohydrates.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you're going to end up with about 28 to 30 cookies, just depending on how big that you want to make them. And then once you have them on your pan, you're just going to flatten them out just a little bit, because that lovely almond flour doesn't always do what regular flour does of making them rise and flatten out.
You can also make this with coconut flour and almond flour.
Yes, I did. The one I've done at home, I did 1/3 cup of coconut flour and 1 cup of almond, and they turned out great. So you can do any variety of it that you want. Alrighty. So we're gonna pop these bad boys in the oven on 350 for 12 to 13 minutes. See you soon.
Look at those yummy cookies in the oven. 350 for 12 to 13 minutes.
All right, so we took the cookies out of the oven. They baked for 12 to 13 minutes on 350, and we're gonna taste test and see how they are.
Look good. They smell really good when they're
Which
baked.
they smell really good.
These chocolate chunks.
Chips.
Oh man, they look like chocolate. Because right now I need chocolate.
Pretty darn good.
It's like it's a cookie, but like not. It's really
It's
good.
light and fluffy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's light and fluffy. Yeah.
They're really
And-
fluffy.
3.5 grams of carbs per cookie, so don't feel bad eating these. All right, so that's our pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. Try them out. They're really good. Happy fall.
Cheers.
Hello, everybody. We are in the trees. It's the bee's knees here in the trees. Okay. What are we doing with this?
You know, if anybody that wants a cookie.
It's us.
Supposed to clank the cookie.
All right, got it.
We have time for planking.
Bye.
Butter. It's like
It's
butter.
all butter, baby. Looking for pumpkin. We can't find it. They're in a panic. Seriously, you better go get pumpkin now. There's none. It's every baker for themselves.
So we're gonna pop these bad boys in the oven for 350, and I forgot what the minutes are, so hang on.
You know, one day I just keep thinking we're going to be a YouTube sensation. And then
One day.
Food Network's going to say, you know, we've seen you guys, and you're good. Lori is going to be joining us from Africa. We're waiting for her to get in. She should be here. As long as she survived the lion.
Oh, sorry.
So now we can taste test.